Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is February 10th, Tuesday night. The market's just closed. It's been a week since I've done a video, so let's get right to it. We've got triple Qs on deck, and we've been talking about triple Qs moving sideways for a while now. Last week, on Tuesday, I talked about how my prediction has not changed. It's still to the downside for triple Qs, and you can see that it's been moving sideways for a while. The recent price action over the past couple of days is a flagging action, essentially just a short-term rebound, most likely by retail investors wanting to buy the dip. So for you and I, this is not an opportunity to go long. Just keep your money on the sidelines and just wait, because right now what's going to happen is the selling will resume. So what I expect to happen is that this flag will continue to play out. Goes like this. Let's make it black. Zoom in for you guys. Zoom in, make it a little bit thicker. And you'll see the flag continue to be drawn. Excuse me. Go something like this. And then probably something like this. Let me switch to the hourly just to get a better feel. Okay, here's the hourly candles. I'll draw this a little bit like that. Okay. And then you can see the breakdown has started, but not yet with a lot of conviction, but it will flag down. And I expect it to do one of these things. Just gonna move this over. Give me a second here. Grab it. And where it breaks down, right? Let's say it breaks here. It may break up here. But anyway, it just started here. We'll put it like right here. Okay. Let's switch back to the daily. All right. So what you can see is here's the flagging action. Next move down really is to this 571 zone. Okay. And I talked about how this might be support down here. All right. So right now, don't go long triple Qs. All the momentum is to the downside. Okay. I'm just gonna move this over. In fact, I'll just delete it. Okay, you can kind of see how I drew the flag. Okay, that's the general direction, expected direction to the downside. Okay, all right, switching over to GDX. This is the gold play, gold miners play. A lot of people say it's a safe play when tech is doing poorly, but I don't usually agree with that sort of guidance because it's all about momentum and where the big money is playing. What I do want to draw here is the gap fill. Let's go from here. This is the daily chart, and there's the gap. Okay, you can see that price is starting to attempt to come back in and fill it. That's fine. I mean, it's with low volume. Look down here. The selling day was here, these 2 days, okay? At 100 million right here on this day. This is January 30th. Where we are right now, you know, these days where retail investors are buying back in, it's really low volume, 24 million, 27 million, okay? It may not even get to this top edge of the gap fill. Probably won't even reach it before the selling resumes. So if you're wanting to go long on this ticker, this isn't the time to do it. Okay. Now, I originally drew this flag right here. Okay. No real change in the drawing, except maybe if I go to the hourly, let's just kind of take a peek. maybe tighten up the drawing a little bit. If I were to look at it again, maybe, something like that, where price broke down on the hourly here and attempted to reclaim this trend line here, the lower part of the flag. But really, it's resistance here at the upper edge of the gap fill. That's what I expect to take place. So there will be resistance, and then you'll see that selling will resume. So I'm just going to draw the my annotation here, excuse me. So I'll go, I think price will come up, hit that, bounce, and come back down, okay? And the selling will resume. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. We can see Bitcoin has been selling down. But last week on Tuesday, I talked about how bullishness has shown up. Okay, so Tuesday is here on this candle right here, Tuesday the 3rd. Okay. Now, despite that, price continued to sell down, and then you can see from a volume standpoint some decent purchasing at 67,000 shares. Okay, the selling 78 on the day before, but then there's some decent buying back in, almost like the investors don't want to lose 68,000. So despite my prediction that price would come down to 58, okay, this was a prediction I made back in December, the lowest that price got was here at 60. So I was about 2,000 off. Fine. So the question that we should all be asking is there a change in momentum? I think there really is. I think with the purchasing of shares back up here on Friday the 6th, you can see that price is going sideways here, and this 68 may pose as near-term support. So I'm going to go with a prediction, near-term prediction, that price will go up and hit the 200-day over the next couple of weeks, okay? Now the 200-day is going to continue to move downward here like this. It's not going to be a 200-day that's up here in the 100 zone. It's not. Price is going to continue to move down like this. Maybe not as dramatically downward. Let's just kind of slide this up a little bit. Maybe it'll be something like that. Okay. Actually, let me just redraw it. Maybe it's like that. There you go. Okay. So near-term move for Bitcoin up to the 200-day. The 58K, we didn't reach it, but we got down to 60. That was a decent call there. So I'm going to delete this for now because it's no longer in play. All right, so I'll delete it. I'll remove it. Let's go over to Microsoft as the next ticker. Last Tuesday, I talked about how price may reclaim the support line here. Okay, so Tuesday's video is on this red candle. I talked about how they're likely going to attempt to reclaim it due to this bullish divergence, which is positive for those who want to go long. I put the whale signal here. And in fact, that's what price did, was price reclaimed this trend line, hit it yesterday from underneath, and that was too much resistance. But today you can see that price gapped up and sold down right onto support, where this green support indication is. So I think what's going to happen in the near term for Microsoft is price is going to move upward to do the same thing that Bitcoin is going to do. It's going to hit the 200-day from underneath, and it will pose too much resistance. That's what I think is going to happen. And in the case of Microsoft, you can see that there is a gap to fill up here, but I don't think it'll fill it fully. It'll hit the 200-day before it fills the gap, and then the selling will resume. So at the moment, it's an opportunity for dip buyers and the small investors to buy back in. And if one were to do that now, let's see, it might be a 13-14% move if you're willing to go long like that. I'm not going to do it myself. I'm going to wait for price to come up here before rejoining the sharks for the sell signal. I think there's more selling to come. Okay, I don't think it's a convincing enough momentum change in my perspective. I think it's just a near-term move back up. It may not even get all the way up there. Okay, ultimately I feel it is to the downside, but the near term is to the upside. Switching to Northrop here. All right, Northrop has tremendous bearishness. Lots of shark annotations up here. And you can see that price is now beneath this thicker trend line right here. Price is beneath it. This is going to pose resistance. Lots of resistance here. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause the price to continue to sell. There's going to be a resumption of selling. So for those of you who are thinking about buying Northrop now, adding to your positions to go, going long, this isn't the time. Okay, not at all. I think from where we are here, let's see where we are around about here, down to the 200 days, about 13%. And then if we want to get to the gap fill, about 1/4, 25% lower. Okay, so lower prices for Northrop. Switching to a financial play, also to the short side, or due to selling by the sharks. Let's zoom in real quick. Okay, my prediction back here was further low prices. Let me just clean this up a little bit. The further low prices has been coming, but a little bit more slowly. You can see price may attempt to come back and hit the trend line from beneath here. Okay, that was my annotation from a few weeks back. You can see that price has also attempted to complete the gap fill. Today it attempted it again. Now it got a little bit further up to about 370, 369, but there isn't a lot of conviction. Anyway, the general direction remains to the downside. Okay, this is not the time to go long American Express or any financial ticker. In fact, they're all kind of behaving in the same way. So further low prices for American Express. Bank of America hasn't broken down as quickly as American Express. It's reclaimed in the past week. It reclaimed this trend line here. Okay, it goes back a little bit a ways here. Let's see, it goes all the way back, all the way to summer of 25. Okay, summer of 25, this trend line started, and you can see that price has been underneath it since mid-January, and then a lot of buying came back up, filled this gap. There's a gap here, filled it, and then today it lost it. Okay, lost this trend line, and now I think it's going to be further selling. I'm just going to draw it like this. This will pose resistance still. I'll just slide this over. Pose resistance from underneath. Let's just clean that up a little bit. Like that. Okay. And I'll get rid of this guy. He's no longer in play. Let's get rid of this. All right, so from where we are here, you can see that the general direction remains to the downside. Okay, don't go long Bank of America right now. It's underneath this trend line. If anything, it's an opportunity to join the sharks for the sell. Okay, so there you go. And where is their support? Well, it's down here, the 38s, 38.40. Okay, but right now, not the time to go long. Switching to One of the rare long plays, Proctor Gamble. If you've been following this, I've been talking about it with the indication down here with the whale that momentum is changing. The momentum has been changing. And indeed, and there you can see it, okay? I talked about all these areas where I wanted to take a long. Price never came down there, so let's just get rid of these for now, because they're no longer in play. But this has been a buy signal that I've been telling folks. And I also expressed that if price had come back down to this zone, that would be a lovely long, okay? But it hasn't. So you can see it's up here. Now there is a minutia, let's see. Yeah, I think what will happen is it'll come up here and you'll see a little bit of bearishness up here. And then I'll just have price come back down a little bit. It may come down to 156. It may come down here to this trend line. If it does, then I'll go long. Okay, right now I don't want to buy it in between price zones. Okay, so I think this 160 will pose resistance. You can see it here as resistance. Here's some support resistance along these lines here. So the 160 is a price point where price has behaved in a certain way. Okay, so I expect it to get rejected. It's going to get rejected at 160. So I'll just let's just annotate it for you all. It will likely get rejected here. And after it gets rejected, it's going to do one of these things. So it'll come up, get rejected, come down, come up, probably come back down here before it goes long again, okay? So if you're in it long already, I mean, you can wait it out. This will be support down here. But just take your profit. You know, it's always nice to take profit. Nobody will ever criticize you for taking profit because you're making money. Let's switch over to Palantir. All right, this is playing out. You know, I said for the low prices, based on all these signals over here, a heck of a lot of divergence, negative divergence here. Palantir is going to get smoked. So it just takes time. At the moment, you can see there's a small rebound. Okay, is any bullishness? There's a little bit of bullishness. I'm going to be very honest and transparent. There is bullishness here. So I think price will come up, hit the 200-day. I think that's what all the tech stocks are doing. Microsoft is doing it. Bitcoin's going to come up, hit the 200-day. Palantir is going to come up, hit the 200-day. Here's the 200-day. Freehand drawing like that. That's how I do it. Let's make that blue. All right. And then, let's see, move this other. All right. So likely come up, hit the 200-day. And maybe even, yeah, I don't think it'll get to the bottom edge of this. In fact, I'm going to remove this gap fill. It was already played out over here, so I shouldn't misinform everyone that's still in play. I'll move this one over too. Okay, so let's do that. So the next real resistance zone is the 200-day. I put some red here to inform everybody that that's what's going to happen. Okay. All right. Okay. There you have it. Let's switch over to Raytheon. Okay. I mean, the signals are here. I can't be any more clear with everybody. The sell signals are all here. Okay. Momentum change. I informed everybody back here. You can see momentum change. Yeah, don't go long right now, Raytheon. if anything, go short. In fact, I'm already in this trade short, so I'm basically even. I took the short back here, so I'm basically even. I'm not ahead a lot. But yeah, further low prices for Raytheon. I expect it to gap fill down here, and that will take Raytheon from, let's see where we are here, to the gap fill, about a 20% move, 17% move. And then I think the next real area of support is down here at 149. So a 25% move overall. All right. If you're long Raytheon, then just take your profit. Don't risk. Don't put your money at risk. Switching to Lockheed here. Lockheed has the first indication here of selling, momentum change. Yep, I put the shark here. The next one came today, in fact. You can see that today's price, yesterday's price is, I'll go like this. Here's yesterday's price. It's higher than the price on Monday the 2nd, okay? So that means this is a lower high. There's a lower high. There's a higher high right here, looking at the green candles. And you can see from an RSI standpoint, it's the opposite. Hence, I put the shark up here, okay? With that, further low prices are coming. Oh yeah, we just expect it. It's coming for Lockheed, okay? It's just waiting for a trigger. That's what we're waiting for, is a trigger. This lower side resistance I can remove. It's not in play. I should actually go like this with the arrow. Okay, don't go long Lockheed at this time. It's not the time. I feel Lockheed and Raytheon and the other defense stocks are all behaving in the same way. So, okay. Let's talk about one last ticker. It's a new one from last week, 2 weeks ago, in fact. I received a comment from one of my subscribers, who asked about a ticker called LGEN. So let's review LGEN real quick. Big picture, and then narrow down on my analysis. Big picture, LGEN is a financial company. They do insurance. They manage retirement funds. It's a London Stock Exchange ticker. So they, the equivalent term for the Brits is pension funds, similar to our 401ks and retirement funds in the US. This is a pension fund. What I want to highlight here is, let's take a look at this ticker from a weekly view. Each candle is a week of action. And the reason why I'm doing this is to give us a long-term view of where price has been, okay, from a historical standpoint. So here's 2020. Okay, you can see this is the big COVID drop. And from a weekly standpoint, I just want to highlight for everybody because I find it fascinating. All the sharks always tell us what they're going to do. We just need to pay attention because, the clues are there. So I'm going to put my annotation here. Where is the visuals here? Emoji. Here's the shark right here. I'm going to drop a shark up here for folks. Okay, there's the shark. This is a weekly chart. What I want to highlight is price on this day, right? On this, you can see price is moving upward here. It's an upward move, okay, from here to here. Now, at the same time, you could see that the RSI is behaving in the opposite direction. Okay, it's all there. Let's go to the daily. In fact, I love looking at this. Go back to 2020. Okay. Here's 2020. Okay. You can see that from this point to here, so this one right here, this is the high is 320, and the high on this day is oh, sorry, not the high. This is the open. The open is 307, and then This one, the open is 312, okay? So from here to here, you can see prices going upward. But at the same time, RSI down here is downward. I mean, it's very obvious. And why is that important? That's important because that's when the sharks sold. Tremendous selling, all right here, okay? They made a boatload of money. Now, that was to the sell signal. On the flip side, when LGEN's big boy investors, the whales, came back in, it was due to this bullishness down here. So they inform one another, hey guys, let's get back in, okay? So they got back in here. You can see on this day right here, this is March 12th. March 12th coincides with this red candle. The low of it is here. The low of this candle is way down here. But on the RSI, as we zoom in, on those equivalent days, you could see that the RSI switched. That was the buy signal. So if you were able to get in then you would be doing great, because price has been on an upward trend for 4 years or so. Okay, 3 years. Let's see, up to here really. This is 22. Until hit the top, hit this resistance zone. Okay, and you can see there's a little bit of divergence here. I already looked at this before I started this recording. Okay, so there was that sell signal that they told one another about right here. Okay, a high here and then a higher high here, and it's the opposite here. So now we are all the way over here. Let's look at where we are now. We're back into this trend line here. I'm going to make it darker because this trend line has been there for a little bit. See how dark that is? It goes all the way back to this sell signal and this sell signal. Okay, because we just talked about it. Okay, and then now price is right at it. And look at this. Price is right back at it with divergence. Okay, you can see very clearly. This is a high, here's a higher high. The RSI is behaving in the opposite direction down here. Okay, that's the key point. Now, because RSI is behaving in the divergent direction, let's put the shark up here. Okay. The signal is there for sharks to sell. So they're going to sell. And this is the expected behavior. So I'm going to put some resistance here. So you can see it. So if you're wanting to go long on LGEN, or financials in general, but LGEN in particular, I don't suggest it at the moment. And if you can wait to decide when to buy back in, when to have your pension fund make purchases for you, wait for it to come to support. So right now, this is not support, this is resistance. So price is going to hit this, it's going to come up, it'll hit it, get rejected, probably bounce off of this lower trend line before it comes down. I think it'll come down to about this zone here, the 236, 233 zone, okay, before we can find more support, because there's support here, you can see it all along here. So this is the next level of support. So I expect resistance up here and then further selling, okay? So those are the tickers. I hope you found value in this video. Please give me a thumbs up, like and share with your friends and family. And as always, good luck with your trades.